When I was 16, I was flipping streetwear clothes on Instagram. I was buying cheap streetwear clothes, Lacoste, Nike, like football jerseys, a lot of that kind of stuff. I imported it here to Switzerland and then I essentially resold it with a profit. A couple of months later, I started my own SMMA. I saw this video by Iman Ghazi, got inspired and decided, fuck it, let's give it a go. Fast forward almost 2.5 years later, I'm running a multi six-figure agency on an annual basis. We're in the process of scaling to 7 figures, and I all started this with zero proof, zero clients, and zero clue on how to run and even build a business in the first place. Now, this is not a motivational video. My goal with this video is to inspire as many people out there to start trusting themselves and start their own journey. I'm not selling a course. I'm not doing any of that fancy stuff. All I want is to share my story, start building my company public, and overall inspire people to do the same. Now, in case you don't know me, my name is Callum Mills. I'm currently 19 years old, and my journey essentially started at the age of 16 when, once again, I started selling clothes online. I essentially had an Instagram account, bought cheap clothes online, resold it for a profit, and that's kind of what I did for a couple of months until I started reading books, started reading myself into investing, and then started my own SMMA. And in the past, or in the first couple of months, nothing happened. I was working, I was doing all that fancy nonsense, building a website, doing some fancy logo design and whatsoever. Until then, at a certain point, I signed my first client on a $300 per month retainer. So I essentially got paid $300 per month for a service. And to a certain degree, that was the first time it hit me where I was like, hey, I can actually make this work. Fast forward a month later, that was December 2022. I had my first client on a $1,000 retainer, and I was super happy. I was super pumped. I was hyped and everything. But from that point on, it didn't go as I expected. The next, almost year or year and a half, I constantly stagnated. First, I was at around 2, 3, 4, 5,000 per month. That was 2023 in summer somewhere, where I invested a lot of money into Easy Grow by Charlie Morgan, a program out there. And it essentially took me to almost $10,000 or pretty much in that area. But same thing happened there. I got bottlenecked and I literally stagnated anywhere between 5 to 10,000 for a year straight. In that time, my biggest issue was getting new clients and closing them. I was shit at sales. I did not know how to get clients. I tried cold email, I tried cold DMs, I tried cold calling, I tried everything. And in the end, I was still struggling to consistently attract clients that actually paid me money. The good thing is, in all that time, I had a lot of time to build a product and a service that was actually good compared to a lot of other agencies that were just going all in on sales and marketing and signing a lot of clients, but also churning a lot of clients. In that time, I was working super hard, but not smart, and I did not really make any progress at all. Again, I was stagnating and it made me feel shit. Now, to be fair, I was still in school during that time. Depending on where you're at in the world, you've got a different term for it. Here in Switzerland, we call it gymnasium. It's similar to high school, you could say. And I was in school. I had my studies there too. I had to learn. I had to do stuff for school. I was constantly working in school. So we were kind of a computer class. So I was able to be on a computer on my laptop and send out emails, do fancy stuff, do some ads or run some ads, set up ads for clients and everything during the lessons essentially. But still, to a certain degree, I was capped in terms of capacity on how many calls I could have and how many conversations I could initiate with potential clients. I was, again, working super hard, but not smart. I did not have any systems. I did not have a reliable team. I did not really know how to get clients consistently. Although I've invested a lot of money into coachings and programs, I was still kind of missing this one thing because those programs, to be fair, they brought a lot of good stuff with them, and I don't regret investing a single dollar, but they were also kind of outdated, at least some of them. There were weeks I wanted to quit. There were a lot of nights where I doubted myself or I was afraid of failure, but I kept on trusting the process until everything changed at that one point. When I got to know 2 of my now mentors, shout out Blake and Clay, who taught me how to get clients and close deals and make money. In a certain way, the lifeblood of your business is always going to be getting new clients and selling them or making them pay you. And as I said, I had a lot of time that I've already invested into building a good or solid product, but I was not able to get new clients and make them pay me for that service. Until I met Blake and Clay, they helped me set up B2B ads. They helped me like build an actual sales process that worked. I've tried all those other sales scripts before, but they were all way too salesy for me. And I don't know, I just didn't really work or match my vibe and personality until I essentially copied what they were doing and it actually started working. So essentially for 2 years straight, I was, in my opinion, or the way I think of it now, I was doing nonsense. And then last, probably around October, November, I've invested into their program and everything started to change. I started to set up my own ads. I got a lot of inquiries from new leads, or I essentially started actually booking appointments with prospects. And most importantly, I started closing deals. Up to that point, I never ever collected more than $300 on the phone up front. And then from that point on, when I actually taught myself those skills, I started closing deals. I started closing retainers, painfuls, 6K upfront, 7.5K, 7K deals, all that kind of stuff. And the good thing is now I had a super dialed in process for getting actual clients coming in, and I had a good product, meaning my churn, meaning the amount of clients that leave me every month was super low. So that's to a certain degree when everything changed for me. And especially this year, 2025, every month we've been growing by at least $5,000 a month in revenue. And now we're on the way to scale to 6 figures a month. Now, I'm not making this video because I made it. With the people I compare myself to, they're in completely different world to where I'm at right now. I'm making this video because I did not quit. And I want to encourage everybody out there that's watching this video, and hopefully you are inspired to a certain way, not to quit either and just trust the process. You've got to understand that if you've not run a business before, you've got so much to catch up on in terms of skills. And in this first, my opinion, it took me 2 years. It's just all about stacking skills and learning extra stuff, learning how to run ads, how to do marketing, how to book appointments, how to close deals, how to like structure and streamline operations, how to make automations, how to build SOPs, systems, hire, delegate, recruit, lead, all that kind of stuff. And as long as you don't give up, I am 100% confident anybody out there can achieve their goals. As long as you, like, there's this other quote I love of Alex Ramosi, or one of my favorites, whereas he said, you massively overestimate what you can achieve in 1 year, but you massively underestimate how far you can go in 5. And this 100% applies, or I 100% believe that. At 16, I had no idea what was going on. Now at 19, I am very confident that I'll hit 7 figures in the next year or two. I want to use this YouTube channel to document my journey, my wins, my losses, what I'm doing, what's working for me, and just kind of everything that comes with it. And what I've got now, we're a team of 5 people. We're hiring for 2 new positions that we're going to onboard or ramp up next month or this month in May. And I'm not saying where I'm at, it's perfect, everything is working well. No, of course it's not. But it's definitely in a place where something's working. And I'm going to use this YouTube channel to document my journey, document my next couple of months and years on my progress, what I'm learning, my lessons, my takeaways, my ups and downs, and with the goal to inspire as many people out there to follow their dreams and follow their passions. Yeah, hopefully that video kind of did a part of that. And yeah, if you enjoyed the video, I'd massively appreciate it. A follow, subscribe, whatever. You can also go check out my Instagram in the bio. I'd love to connect with you. And yeah, see you in the next one.